Hello friends. Welcome back my YouTube channel Tech Tide Digital Lifestyle to our induction motor complete course, and today in day 2 we will study the construction and parts of an induction motor in detail, which is extremely important from both industrial application and ETO or COC exam point of view. First let us see the main parts of an induction motor, which include stator, rotor, air gap, shaft, bearings, cooling fan and outer frame or housing. The stator is the stationary outer part and is made of laminated silicon steel sheets with slots that carry 3-phase distributed windings. Laminations are used to reduce eddy current losses, minimize heating and improve efficiency, while silicon steel reduces hysteresis loss. Inside the stator we have the rotor, which is mounted on the shaft and also made of laminated steel. It contains rotor slots and rotates due to the rotating magnetic field produced by the stator. There are two main types of rotors used in induction motors. The first one is the squirrel cage rotor, which consists of aluminium or copper bars short-circuited by end rings. This type is very robust, inexpensive, requires very little maintenance and is most widely used in industries, while the second type is the slip ring or wound rotor type, which contains a 3-phase rotor winding connected to slip rings mounted on the shaft. External resistance can be connected during starting to improve starting torque and limit starting current, making it suitable for heavy load applications. When we compare squirrel cage and slip ring motors, cage motors are cheaper and simpler with low maintenance, whereas slip ring motors are costlier but provide higher starting torque. Between stator and rotor there is a small uniform air gap, which is very important because it affects magnetizing current, power factor and efficiency of the motor. The shaft is used to transmit mechanical power to the load, and bearings support smooth rotation while reducing friction. Commonly ball or roller bearings are used. To remove heat produced during operation, cooling fans are mounted on the shaft, and air ducts along with finned frames help in heat dissipation, while the outer frame also provides mechanical protection and is rated by IP numbers. From ETO and COC exam perspective, you should be able to draw a neat construction diagram, explain stator design, differentiate rotor types, state why laminations are used, and describe the function of the air gap. So today in day 2 we have completed the construction of induction motor covering stator, rotor, squirrel cage and slip ring types, air gap, cooling system, shaft and bearings, and in the next lecture we will move to the working principle and rotating magnetic field in detail. So please like the video, subscribe to the channel Tech Tide Digital Lifestyle, and continue with DAY3.